Into it. Let's talk a little NBA. So Kevin Durant pushed back on those criticizing the All-Star event. We'll dive in. Here's what he had to say. I think it's more fun to complain about the NBA than to actually watch it. Crazy. Cancel All-Star weekend. Let's just give everybody a break since we're so miserable around this time of year. Okay. SA, we were a little critical of the All-Star game on the show. What do you make of KD's comments?
No, I agree with him, and I applaud him for his honesty. He basically said to the world he doesn't give a damn. That's what he said. I mean, really, don't watch. Why don't we just do away with it, etc. That's the kind of thing that he alluded to. At least he's honest. Give him credit for that. I think that it's amazing to me that because this is the association with greatness, because Kevin Durant obviously is great. Because you're great, your mentality is it's a privilege to watch you. But you're not taking into account the totality, the body that exists, that is the NBA. There are far too many stars, and I'm talking about the stars because those who are mid-level players and average players or beyond, they're trying to get this. But the stars who are getting paid major paper on far too many occasions have given the proverbial fan base, and of course the media, because they always blame the media, the middle finger. That's what they've done. And so this is just the latest example of Kevin Durant doing exactly that. He's basically saying, hey, you know what? Go ahead, do away. It's not going to affect his paper. It's not going to affect his bottom line. It's not going to affect his quality of life, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not surprised. I'm not even disappointed. I'm not going to give him nor anybody that thinks like him just the courtesy of reacting the way that they may want folks to do so. I'm not losing any damn sleep over not watching a bunch of dudes who don't care. I could give less than a damn about All-Star Weekend. I care a lot about the NBA season, particularly this time of year, because I know brothers are going to show up and they're going to show us what they bring to the table in an effort to win a championship. But as it pertains specifically to NBA All-Star Weekend, they have snubbed their nose at the fans. They have snubbed their nose at the league. And what they have done is said, to hell with all of y'all. We're going to do what we want to do, to the point where it provoked the league to implement changes where you got rookie All-Stars playing on a Sunday night on All-Star Weekend, contributing to the main event, and you got a four-time champion in Draymond Green saying it's a joke, it's not basketball, it's a disgrace, and he was absolutely right. He just left out the part of who was culpable for it, and that was the players themselves. And think about it, guys. Last point, UD, Shane. All we're talking about was effort. All we're talking about is effort. And Kevin Durant will come out with a statement like that when all anybody was saying was, could you show that you actually care come All-Star Weekend? Could you actually show that you care? And that's the reason for the vitriol he aimed in other folks' direction. Very, very typical, unsurprising. But if he doesn't give a damn, why should the rest of us know?
Yup, these are the final days of LeBron James, with haunting warnings that we are watching the last moments of him, and very soon his life will be over. People were terrified after recent viral videos were showing LeBron James a lot more aggressive than normal, seemingly fearing for his safety, being seen almost in a fist fight with a sports broadcaster, and even cursing really loudly at the stadium, with many concerned that it might be too late to help him. Haunting comments from fans showed him crashing out over LeBron's new behavior, encouraging everyone to end not only LeBron James' career, but his life. Many were particularly concerned over one recent clip that showed LeBron cursing out famous sports broadcaster Stephen A. Smith, who has often mocked LeBron's son, telling LeBron that his son needs to get out of the NBA, and LeBron is a bad father for not doing so.
Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong.
Eerie videos show LeBron running off, mumbling under his breath in fear for not only his life, but his son. Of course, I agree with LeBron here. Comment on someone's family and they'll be upset.
LeBron James has been arguing with Stephen A. Smith virtually. James, the league's unofficial mascot, recently stated that most players are afraid of becoming the face of the league due to the extreme criticisms from the NBA media. Following this narrative, Smith and James have been at loggerheads online. But things spilled onto the court during the recent New York Knicks versus Los Angeles Lakers game. During a heated exchange, James seemed quite angry at Stephen A. Smith. While it is not known why exactly the two confronted each other, it seemed like it had something to do with Bronny James. LeBron James could be heard saying, "I don't care, bro, keep my son out of this." In reply, Smith did not seem to hit back at James with a reply. Instead, he was spotted shaking his head back and forth in a disagreeing stance. Stephen A. Smith said after the exchange, "That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father," insisting he could not slight the player for sticking up for his son.
GOAT conversation is officially over. It was never there for me. It was always Michael Jordan first, LeBron second. But if ever there was any doubt, this cemented the fact that LeBron James cannot be considered to GOAT. That conversation is over. And you know why it's over? Because LeBron James was on the Lakers averaging 29, 30 points a game, and this still happened. If he was injured and missed games and he was playing hobbled and we looked at him and he's averaging 16 or 17, you know what? You can get away with that. We can look at him and say, damn, he was really hurt. He just wasn't healthy. Oh, no. You were good enough to average 29 a game. How come you weren't good enough to get your troops in order so you could be a respectable team? This is a man that spoke out and said he was against the plan. Now you ain't even make the play.
Stephen A. Smith is responding to LeBron James right now on First Take. Let's listen and see what he has to say.
I can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cares very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, or shall I say, I think he thought he heard, he clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it. For the record, his agent and friend, Rich Paul, has my number. Maverick Carter, who works under him, has my number. LeBron James knows how to get in contact with me if he wanted to. He never called, because had he called and wanted to talk to me, I would have accepted that call. Had he wanted to see me, I would have flown out and I would have seen him and I would have had a conversation man to man. But that is not what he elected to do. Instead, he elected to confront me like I was slighting his son. Now let me tell you what I feel. What I would have said if we were in a different environment, because I was not going to engage in a confrontation at that particular moment in that setting. But if we had had that conversation, I would have said to LeBron James, I never would speak negatively about your son. I was talking about you, meaning you, LeBron James. I'm not talking about this at all.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was a one-on-one. Wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he flourishes into an NBA star. Usually in other sports, we see all-stars, and on occasion, we'll see their children become stars as well. That doesn't really happen with the NBA. I sincerely hope he's the exception. By all accounts, he's a wonderful kid. And I don't know anybody who roots against him, and it certainly isn't me.
LeBron James caught venting to Stephen A. Smith. You won't believe what he said. LeBron James was spotted in an intense courtside conversation with Stephen A. Smith during a break in the Lakers versus Knicks game at the legendary Crypto.com arena. Witnesses claim LeBron looked visibly frustrated, and what he allegedly said could shake the entire NBA. According to insider sources, LeBron muttered in frustration, "This is my last dance with the Lakers." Fans sitting nearby report that LeBron was shaking his head and gesturing nervously while speaking with Smith. Is this a sign that he's unhappy with the direction of the team? Some sources say he's lost faith in head coach Darvin Ham, while others believe he's simply tired of carrying the team on his back. But here comes the biggest shock. Another witness claims LeBron said something that could send shockwaves through the NBA. This isn't random. The league doesn't want me to win another ring. Could this be proof of a bigger conspiracy? Is the NBA actually controlling who gets to win championships? As the season nears its end, this statement puts LeBron's future under a whole new spotlight. Will he leave the Lakers? Could we see him in a different jersey next season? Maybe even alongside Bronny? Drop your thoughts in the comments.